Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, right here, 1969 Beetle. And well, if it's on this channel, you know there's problems, and well, you're probably either clicking on this video because you like hearing me ramble throughout the years I've been doing this, or I put something interesting in the title. Probably not that. But with that said, why is this here? It is suffering from a case of what I would refer to as funny little mustache man's revenge. I don't know if I can use his proper name, but if you know who I'm talking about, and you know the condition I'm talking about, or if you've heard that before, well, that's why that's here. If you don't know what I'm going on about, join me in a second. Well, I'll show you. But with that said, we're going to be pulling this engine today and tearing it down because I need to see what bits and pieces I'm going to need. Because unlike normally, I know kind of what I'm getting into when I'm getting into it. This I don't. I have parts already on order that I was able to shotgun. Few things I don't know, which is the reason we're going to be tearing the engine down. I need to know what kind of engine's in it because I got to spec carburetors for this because the one that's on here doesn't work. Apparently work fine. Do I like it? No. So I got to know what kind of engine I have before I spec carburetors, because am I going to run dual 34s or dual 40s or dual 2-barrel 40s? I don't know. Plus, I'm going to have to take apart the motor anyway for other reasons. You'll see. Join me in the back. All right, guys, if you didn't know what I was going on about with Das Führer's revenge, yeah, she got a little warm. Indeed it did. And don't worry, you might ask, it can't be that bad. Well, it's here, so it's pretty bad. Have I seen worse? Yes. The whole car's gone. This was actually at least nicely contained to the engine compartment. If you're not sitting down, I'd sit down now. And, well, this is a revival. She cooked. I'll bring you in a second. I want to get this engine cover off because, well, I'm not too worried about damaging it. All right, let's get some light in this situation. Yes, guys, it looks bad. Yes, guys, it does look bad. Is it? Yes. Yes, it's pretty bad. It got wiped out. Good news, generator still spins, and better news, the engine, when it was dropped off, was locked up. I don't know if from me just reefing on it a bit, or if something came loose, but it's at least free now. So, with that said, knowing that, seeing that, yes, we're going to try to save this engine. Obviously, not with the components that are on it. Everything's going to be brand new, but at least the bottom end we're going to try to save. Mainly because if the owner doesn't have to buy a whole new engine, the owner's not going to buy a whole new engine. Cost effective? Well, full disclosure, I'll make more money getting this thing going. But also, like I said, stand by it with a warranty. But also, it's not the easy way out, and it's the cheaper option overall to rebuild this than to just go out and get a turnkey. I guess is what I'm getting at. Owner said it was a good running engine. I have no reason to doubt him, except for, well, right now, is the operable word. Oil's good and clean in here. Way fuely. But you may ask, how did this happen? No idea. I have speculations. First thing I asked the owner is, did you have German line? He said yes. And while I'm leaning towards that was the issue. And hold please. I'll bring you in. Number one, yes, he did have a German line. I can see that. Number two, I have this carburetor. I have this carburetor somewhat. Nope, I do not. I put it on something I have a 38. This thing's so melted, it's kind of hard to see what things are. But here's the fuel line. I mean, this engine got hot, obviously. You know, it's melted down. Well, here's the German fuel line. Wiring harness. Some other doodad. Fuel should come in on this side somewhere. You can tell nothing's been touched. There's a fuel line nipple. Yeah, I'm going on maybe the fuel line issue. Popped off, broke, so on and so forth. But I guess enough with this antique archaeology dig. The fun thing I'm gonna have to do is get all this stuff out, or get as much of this stuff out as I can, so I can see what the hell is going on, because it's bad. What? Step back a bit while I ramble. What I am curious about is the big things. One, we know, obviously we need an engine wiring harness. Two is, did the get saved for the lighting? Because if I got to run more wires, that's going to be bad. I'm hoping this tar board did its job, and, well, we're not going to have that issue. Hoping, again, being the optimal word. Other thing I'm looking forward to is everything is held together with cheese heads. Screws. I think. All right, let me get a vacuum and start sucking some of this stuff out. All right, it's slightly cleaned up. At least I can see hardware. I'm hoping it cooperates, which I don't think it's going to. Maintenance part, this is why I do not like using the factory flatheads, is because, well, you strip them and you're kind of screwed. There's a bolt over there. Looks like I only have to get out two. Luckily it doesn't have the heater pipe parts. My screwdriver failed me. It's not a through and through. Crap. This is not going to be fun already. I am thoroughly excited. going to start camming all these out. Oh, wow, that came loose. Yeah, two things I'm going to be fighting with tearing this engine down. One, just obviously the sheer destruction. Two, all this hardware is, well, cooked. And that one's stuck. I get that one off. If I can get the two off and get it to pivot, I'll just break it. I'm not a complete animal. It would help if I had a battery. Stay. Yeah. Pretty much everything up here is getting redone. So getting all new tins, all new hardware. New. Trying to keep some of my sanity. Oh. But I need to get this damn thing off so I can get to the muffler. Garbage. Oof. It traveled down far. More vacuum. I am obviously fully committed to breaking as many bolts as possible. So we have that going for us. Damn it! Foiled by a nut. Pry out of the way. There we go. Obviously, we're not reusing this exhaust either. Got hot that it melted the exhaust. Not sure what's going on with that. Wiring's going to probably be the easiest disconnect I've ever done. Just going to snip the harness. Got to replace it anyway. So that's good. That's good. Top bolts are out. I gotta get that 17. The reverse light is cooked. Ooh. We might have a shot with this wiring. That's why this tar board's important, guys. All right, I get this thing down, and I want to get out that motor mount, the 17, the D-bolt bolt. Get that out and then join me under the car, because all the other work's getting done under there. All right, guys, we're gonna start ripping this exhaust off. Well, continue by ripping this exhaust off, because I already started up top. It's just so wild. Everything is just nuked on this thing. I think I can get a ratchet on there, which would be amazingly awesome. And the stud's gonna come out of this one. Ratchet on her. Maybe make my life a little easier. I seen to something. Well, no more when we start pulling this thing apart. Getting ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself. Jeez. Hook. All right, let me get this. Damn it. Hook. Yep. Oh, Milwaukee's, where the hell did I put you? There they are. Old Milwaukee. Terrible beer. I apologize if there's someone who actually watches this channel that likes that beer, but I do not. It's all about, you know, his own preference. Oh, shite. Soldier, you've done your job well. Just get off. Perfect. All right, this should just jiggle out, hopefully. Kinda. Jeez. There we go. There's one side. Give me the other side. Are you freaking hermetically sealed on here? Come on, I'm not trying to break more shit. Alright, what else do we got? Let's look under here. Exhaust off, good. Ah, temperature probe. Ah, I see, I see. So some extra burnt up wires. I was wondering where the hell they went. Okay. Okay. It's gonna need motor mounts. We just did that in the other episode. That's good. All right. Does it have heat controls? I don't know. Probably. Maybe not. Yes. Disco the Hito. All right. One heater control. Pull that. Oh, that ain't going anywhere. Ah, the eyeballs! Of course that'd be a nut. Why wouldn't it be? Why would we keep same? Like it, there's a bunch of compromised stuff in here. All right, let me get a broom. How the hell does Santa make it down the chimney and not leave footprints? I can't even work on a Volkswagen engine and not leave soot all over the place. All right. Okie doke, guys, you didn't miss much. I got the rest of the bolts out. I'm gonna pull this tire. Actually, I'll pull both tires. Seemed to help last time. Just so I can see what the hell's going on. Get that wrench out. You look smaller than 19. Oh, wow, you are. Aren't. Or not? I'll just do one for now. Someone else is having fun with, sounds like a, I don't know, cordless, but either a cordless impact or a screwdriver. Pretty sure we got everything discoed. Nope, one heater box. Surprisingly, this one isn't melted. There we go. All right, that's off. All right, now we can get this thing out. Just because I don't feel like fighting them. I shouldn't have to take these off, but I'm going to. That'll work. Valve covers. Oh hell, these have breather tubes in them. All right. An old school hot rod. Curious what engine we got. Oh wow, that is on there. We're gonna dive into this thing obviously a little more, but come on. There you go. Jeez, I heard you pop. Oh, you were glued on. Ooh, we do have a spicy engine. And I'm not saying spicy as in like, 2 liter. I'm saying spicy because I am seeing some good bits in here. And I like seeing good bits going down. I mean, what man doesn't? All right, what are we looking like? Get back some so you don't hit the cross member. like I said, I tend to always believe my customers when they tell me they have something. My problem is I always like all the information on what they have. Meaning, because I don't know what engine's in here. I have to tear. Obviously, we're tearing the thing apart anyway, but I have to take the heads off to figure out what engine we have, which realistically not a big deal in this instance due to the fact that, well, got to reseal it, but. Okie dokie. So this is going to be fun. Go down some more, maybe. She's coming. She's not happy about it. But she is moving. My big problem is with all the fire damage that's on this engine. It's hard to tell what's hanging up. If I forgot something, or if it's just being stubborn. Also, one of the studs fell out, so excuse me. I'm fighting that as well. Kind of like that 64 we just did. We have to be damn close to out, and we are. I have a rocker in the side. Good. So you can melt a body mount or something? Because this side's all sorts of jacked up. I have a ton of room on passenger side. Hardly any room on driver. Are you free now? How are you still in that nose shit? Going up. Holy crap, this thing is in here. It's not even the stud that's holding it, it's the input shaft of the transmission. I heard the pops. It's like the clutch disc is sticking out too far. Because it's still in the nose and it shouldn't be. I'm running out of room up here. Bigger pry bar. It needs like a freaking ½ inch still. This is ludicrous. See, an absurdity. I don't know what the hell is holding it up now. But I'm pretty sure we're out of the transmission. out of the transmission. Just have to go up, hopefully. There we go. Oh, easy, easy, easy. Easy kill us. I have no idea what this wiring's for. This engine's all sorts of scary and sketchy. That's fine. We'll fix it as long as it doesn't fall off. Holy pooples. Yeah. She's out. Where's that stud? Second engine in a row that had this stud come out. We'll glue it back in. And again with one of these 3-fingered clutches. I won't get one again. I like the diaphragms. But yeah. Adjusted with a lot of slop. What do we got? We got chrome moly or do we have aluminum? Did someone run aluminum push rods on this? Because roller rocker, or the roller rockers don't like, nope, they're chrome. They're mollies. They should be at zero lash. Doesn't, those are some. All right, some shimming plates. All right, because we're taking this stuff off anyway, again, I don't care how I'm putting this on. I just want to put this on so I don't lose it. Yeah. First engine I've had to pull a, oh, at least on the channel, that I've had to pull the rockers off to get an engine out. All right, guys, we're going to move on to in the engine bay. Obviously, we know the engine is dickered. It's going to need a new clutch spring, return spring. That's a little jacked. What I was getting at is, now we get to go into investigation mode of how much is this cost going up due to wiring. And if you watch this channel long enough, you know it's my most favorite thing to do. All right, the crossover is burnt up, that's fine. Ground. Made it look like I'm not being gentle. That's, well, because I'm not. It's like remodeling a bathroom. Those are burnt up. Those would be running light. Running light harness looks fine. think he got super freaking lucky. Engine harness is nuked. I mean, it just is. Bring in. That engine harness is just cooked. This, the left to right feeder, it's not bad. The main out over here, that's not bad. He got super lucky. That tar board, well, saved him a few $100. Or obviously I'm gonna have to go in there and see how bad it is, but as of right now, it's not the worst. That log obviously is going to have to be replaced. There's some more snipped wires back here that I didn't do. Oh, it had one of them toot-toot boxes. 69. And it had a toot-toot box for the computer. I thought that wasn't until like 72. 71. Huh. Okay. It's built for a boop box. And I got a harness there, so I think these wires are good. The engine harness wires are smoked. And they're smoked all the way back. Most likely what happened, car was running. Wires started doing the wire thing, melting, and well, melting themselves together. So, all right. Progress is progress, I guess is what I'm getting at. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap this up for right now, or tonight, and get on it tomorrow. What's this one? That's reverse light. That's a ground. Ground for a reverse light? I don't know. We're going to have to obviously sort out all these wires. But, I mean, get the engine going, get the wires sorted out. Needs trans mounts, obviously. This CV's compromised, so talk to him, see if he wants to replace both CVs. It needs a... This wasn't due to the fire, but the return spring snapped. So we'll replace that. So you don't have premature on your clutch. Right now, well, it's still mildly early for me. I'm gonna shut this down, order parts or get parts on order. Now that I have a better, visual of what I'm looking at. And, well, we're still going to order some parts as well. Like I said, I don't know what engine this is. I think the engine is completely fine. I think it's just seen better days. But like I said, it's going to go with dual carb, stuff like that. So things I'm going to need down the road, I'm going to have to figure out when we get this thing apart. But I do have a gasket kit, so we can start tearing this thing down and seeing what we got going in. Or at least start getting this thing cleaned up and torn down. All right, join me in the morning or the afternoon. Join me the next time I turn on this camera. Yep, that's the thing, because I never know when I'm going to do it either. Guys, before I go and eat nuts, sorry about the audio because, Kentucky and rain again. Show you, actually, because I don't think I zoomed in on too much, how absolutely cooked this engine is. I mean, she is quite toasty. Just everything is smoked. So like I said, everything's going to get replaced. The bottom end, it's going to be good. And like I always say, I warranty it. So if this was a bad call on my end, well, I mean the cost of a bottom end. Yep. So no pressure, I guess is what I'm getting at. The only thing that really concerns me, and it might seem weird, but the overwhelming amount of fire extinguisher material that's on this thing that's never been washed off. If you didn't know, the whatever baking soda, whatever they use, lack of better terms, the suppressant is very corrosive to aluminum. So, with that said, yeah, it's bad. Same thing here. At least all the wires are good. I said, like some harnesses and stuff are gonna get repaired. But like I said, it's raining. I might put you on time lapse or whatever, just so I tear this thing down, or I'll just cue in randomly. But it's nothing fancy. Like I said, if you watch this channel, I have, we've done teardowns on engines before. No different than this, other than, well, it was on fire. I'm not even going to label the plug wires. Yeah, that cap's still good. I know some people that might still run it. Wow, I mean, this thing is by far the most cooked engine I've worked on. Huh. Awesome. All right, let me do a little more vacuuming, try to get some of this crap off, but it'll go smoothly. I don't know why I'm doubting myself. I'll be back, let me vacuum. All right, real quick, just vacuuming and cleaning. I thought this fuel block-off plate looked weird. Well, it does. That's because it's the pedestal for the fuel pump. Someone, I don't know if you can see in there. Someone JB welded the out of the pedestal. I am really surprised that didn't melt. But with that said, start tearing this thing down. Only good thing is nothing on this engine is going to be salvageable. Meaning I'm not going to try to save anything as far as the top end goes. I'd honestly be wasting my time. Am I going to save the tin work and stuff? You're damn right I am. Because, well, I will use it on my personal stuff. But as far as a customer's vehicle, it's kind of like aviation. If a part's been in a wreck, or at least on fire, I don't trust it. Mainly because this has been compromised. I had spray. There you go. It really doesn't need it. Or as of right now, it doesn't feel like it needs it. I'm more or less using it to seal the dirt or seal the dust. Yeah, I mean, this engine is pretty loose. All the nuts and bolts are coming out surprisingly easy. But man, this thing got cooked. Random stud. This engine will be going to a alternator. I don't know if I've ever said that, but we're ditching the gen. Is it perfect? No. But will it do the job? Yes. I'm gonna weld a 15 socket onto here so I can just chuck it up. But for right now, it'll get your job done. I already took off the back shield, sorry. Or the flats that were holding this on. Just trying to gain access to things and stuffs. It's like peeling back. Things like peeling back an onion, you know. Take a pedal off, vacuum. Well, do you vacuum an onion? That's the wrong size. Yeah. It's slow, it's tedious. But at the end of the day, or the beginning of the evening, this blue raspberry Phoenix will live to fight another day. You definitely can count on that. That's good. That's a head stud. We need that one. From what I've seen so far, I'm not too concerned about the general engine itself. Should I be? I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Traverse that ravine when the time is right. Push that stone up the hill to hopefully not give up halfway up and get run over by it. See, she got a little overheated. Oof. Battery change and more vacuuming. All right. Fin shroud. All righty. Melted aluminum. I mean, this fire got some temperatures in her. One thing I'm trying not to do is get crap down in here. I'm going to put a rag in there and then put that plate back on. This way that's at least covered. I don't have to freak out so much or worry. These, the shroud, the ones that go on top of the shroud, I honestly don't even think I try them anymore with the impact. I just go immediately to hammer. And pray a bit. All right, one snapped. Really surprised I snapped the head off of only one of them. It's fine. Drill tap and put one in. But 3 clean, I can live with those odds. Top 10. Blink. Took that one off. Got the ones in the back. 2 in the back. Thud. Suck all that up. That's where I'm at. Drilled this bolt out. Sorry I didn't record. But drilled tap that stud out, or the broken what have you. Just gonna put a helicoil in. Do you need to use Loctite on these things? No. They usually do not go anywhere. I put a little bit on for, I don't know, prosperity, safety. But But drill it, tap it, and then just run the guy in. I'll be really impressed if I'll be able to get that out. Doesn't matter if it stays in there, just don't get it into the threads. Well, it broke. Anyway. Yeah. Obviously, these things suck because they don't go all the way through. Oh, I think it came out. It did. All right, cool. So, with that said, that's done. New block, or yeah, hole is done. Got a mosquito floating around. That's fine. Seems like it got tight at the bottom. I'm not bottoming out though. No, just a hard spot. It's like I'm pretty sure I tapped it out further than that. But also the good thing about nutserts, or well, nutserts or helicoils, because they're wound or they're steel. These are stainless. Put them in aluminum. Well, now you could put a part in as much as you want. To a certain extent, you're not going to wear out the threads. I don't know if you guys have put something in aluminum and over torqued it. You mushroom the threads a little bit, then it doesn't seem like it ever fits again. Also, I put that stud back. Not that it matters. But with that said, I think I will cap off this part of the episode. Getting the engine out, diagnosing, seeing what we got. Like I said, it's dirty. I'll probably take my time just scraping and cleaning, and I'll end up rolling this outside and just blasting it with air. I obviously don't want to do it in here with all the stuff that's in here. I don't want the fire extinguisher material to go all over the place. In other words. But stuff going down cylinder heads, don't care about. Obviously, I'm going to pull the heads. Pull the heads, pull the barrels back, so on and so forth. Reseal it. All depending on what we find out inside this thing. If it's bad, well, it's bad and not good. Obviously, need top end. As far as the block goes, I feel is fine. Don't really see an issue. The bottom end, like I said, the owner said it was fine. Owner said it was fine. As far as running, driving, nothing's telling me the end plate's shot. So, maybe a little. But nothing dire, nothing major. But with that said, let me reposition you guys, clean some of this mess up, and yeah, scrap pile. I think got some wall hangers, which is cool. Distributor, what are you hanging on? Distributor, stuff like that, oil pressure center, all that's come out too. I don't know. I might bring you along to take that out, or we'll just start tearing right into this thing. Like I said, I have parts on order. Next episode probably won't be next episode, probably be the following episode, because like I said, I'm just waiting on stuff to come in, and then we can start tearing into this. No, a Protronics, brand Protronics. It looks like it survived the fire. I'm curious if it works. So how old it is, if it works. But anyway, let me readjust, reassess, and close this one out, because I think, well, I know how far we are right now, and most likely we're at a good, whoa point. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself without parts, I guess what I'm getting at. Join me in a second. All right, guys, I'm going to close out this episode on a 69 Beetle. The more I look at it, for some reason, I think it's a 70. I don't know why, but mainly because it doesn't have a internal releasing gas door. Doesn't matter. For some reason, I'm thinking it's a 70, not a 69. But I was told 69. That's what it is, to me anyway. Maybe you registered as. Anywho's, digressing, regressing. End of this episode, where we're at. We got the engine out. We diagnosed a lot of stuff is bad. It's been barbecued. I'm at the point where I shotgun a parts order in. We're going to get this thing off the lift. If you see the thing hanging out in the background, I don't know if that's going to be before this episode or after this episode. But we got work to do on that. And by this sitting here with no parts is just tying up my lift. I would, there's no point in tearing the engine down any further till I get parts. Because I have a huge explosion all over the place, and then I gotta clean up, and we know I don't clean very well. So yeah, we're gonna roll this thing off the lift, put that guy on the lift, and get cracking on that while I wait on parts to show up. But anyway, if you like this episode, whatever the hell it came out to, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you do. I promise you we will chit chat. As always, thanks for watching. Hopefully, see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.